So, we all know that we are facing a time of teetering dominoes with potential crises from economic collapse and global conflicts to natural disasters all ready to fall. Suddenly, prepping has gained significant traction. Preppers aim to be ready for any eventuality, ensuring their survival and that of their loved ones. However, within the careful planning and the stockpiling, there are critical aspects that many preppers overlook, mistakes that could prove fatal when disaster strikes. So, today we're going to talk about these commonly neglected pitfalls and provide some suggestions to help preppers avoid them, thereby increasing their chances of surviving and thriving in whatever crisis we may face. The dangers of improper food storage. One of the most fundamental aspects, of course, of prepping is food storage. But there are many potential pitfalls that can jeopardize survival. Preppers often focus on accumulating large quantities of food, but they neglect the importance of proper storage. Food spoilage, pest infestations, and theft are significant threats. While stockpiling food, it's essential to use food-grade buckets and rotate short-term shelf life supplies to prevent spoilage. Improperly stored food can become inedible, leading to severe shortages when it's needed the most. And if you or your family is hungry enough, you may try eating these inedible foods anyway, causing at best dehydrating stomach issues, and at worst, well, the worst. Additionally, reliance on frozen food requires a backup power source. In the event of a grid failure, without an alternative energy solution, perishables will spoil, leaving you with nothing to eat. You're actually much better off to not rely on an alternative energy source for your long-term food supply. Yeah, some frozen meat and other perishables is fine, but those preppers with those 3 and 4 freezers are in for a rude awakening if an EMP hits, man-made or natural. Theft is another critical concern. Keeping all your food in one place is a risky strategy. If it's discovered or already known about, your entire stockpile could be stolen by desperate people or even confiscated by authorities during extreme emergencies. So to help out with this, diversify your storage locations and include easily portable food options to help with quick evacuation if necessary. Proper food storage is not just about the quantity, but ensuring its longevity and security. You actually might want to watch my video on creative hiding places to get some ideas, and I will put the link in the description. Defense and physical fitness. Surviving a crisis goes beyond having supplies. It also involves defending them. In desperate times, your resources become prime targets. And many preppers underestimate the need for effective defense strategies, and especially physical fitness. The ability to defend your supplies and your loved ones requires more than just owning weapons. Physical fitness is paramount. Being out of shape can severely limit your ability to protect yourself and your resources. Regular exercise ensures you can handle the physical demands of a crisis, from hauling supplies to engaging in defense. Moreover, fitness training helps develop mental toughness, essential for staying calm and focused during high-stress situations. Ignoring physical fitness is a fatal mistake. Incorporate regular exercise into your routine and practice defense scenarios to ensure you are prepared both physically and mentally. Your survival could depend on it. The perils of unfamiliar gear. Preppers love accumulating a variety of tools and gear designed to aid in survival. However, one of the most dangerous mistakes is not familiarizing yourself with this equipment before disaster strikes. Simply owning the gear is not enough. You have to know how to use it effectively. and unfamiliar gear can be a liability in an emergency. For example, if you have a radio for communication, but you've never tested it, you may find it malfunctioning or discover you don't even know how to operate it when it's crucial. Likewise, firearms and other defensive tools require regular training to ensure proficiency. To avoid this very common mistake, regularly test and practice with your gear. Ensure everything is in working order and that you're comfortable using it. This practice can prevent potentially fatal mistakes and ensure your tools are assets rather than liabilities. Bugging out. Many preppers plan to stay in their fortified homes, but there are scenarios where bugging out might become necessary. And the failure to prepare adequately for this possibility is a critical oversight. Natural disasters, toxic spills, a fire in your home, or nuclear incidents may force you to evacuate. A well-prepared bug-out plan is crucial, including a ready-to-go bag with essential items for at least 72 hours. But being flexible is key. Preppers should have multiple evacuation routes and destinations, considering that some routes may be blocked or unsafe. Practice these evacuation plans regularly. Vehicles used for bugging out should be well maintained and equipped with extra fuel and emergency supplies. Additionally, be prepared for the possibility of evacuating on foot, making the choice of lightweight and essential gear even more critical. Neglecting to prepare for a bug-out scenario, whether it's your main plan or a last line of defense, can lead to deadly consequences. The false security of going it alone. Self-sufficiency is a core part of prepping, but going it alone is a dangerous strategy. In a crisis, having a network of trusted people provides mutual support, resource sharing, and enhanced security. The lone wolf approach leaves you vulnerable. You can't keep watch 24/7, and God forbid you're injured or ill, there will be no one to assist you. A community can offer diverse skills and knowledge, making the group more resilient. And forming alliances with neighbors and fellow preppers can provide critical assistance during emergencies, from standing watch to resource sharing. Building a community requires effort, but it's invaluable for survival. Engage in local prepping groups, establish communication channels, and foster trust and cooperation. Relying solely on yourself is a fatal mistake that can be easily avoided by building a supportive network. The critical need to adopt the gray man. In a post-crisis world, being a visible target can be dangerous. Practicing stealth, blending in, and diversion is essential to avoid drawing unwanted attention to your resources, your loved ones, and yourself. The gray man strategy, where you blend in and you don't display any signs of being well prepared, should be a huge part of your survival strategy. Avoid public discussions about your prepping activities and keep a low profile. For example, cooking indoors to prevent the aroma of food from attracting attention. Just 24 hours after not eating any food, your body enhances your sense of smell to allow you to locate food. So what does this mean in an SHTF situation? That there will be people out there in the days following a disaster hunting for food, and they will be able to smell your cooking from quite a distance. Keeping this in mind, you may want to try eating only foods you don't have to cook for a time after any long-term disaster or SHTF situation, say from around the third day after the disaster through at least the end of the first week. Keeping cooking to a minimum will help you avoid unwanted visitors. Also, using blackout curtains to conceal interior lighting can be another life-saving strategy. Scientific studies have proven that when people are in survival mode, they become more hyper-aware and focused on their surroundings. Diversion tactics can also be employed, like setting up decoy caches to mislead potential thieves or looters. The goal is to appear as inconspicuous as possible while maintaining your preparedness. Failure to do so can make you a target, endangering your life and resources. Preparing for multiple scenarios and avoiding tunnel vision. Effective prepping requires preparing for a variety of potential scenarios. And many preppers fall into the trap of focusing on one specific event, like an economic collapse or a natural disaster, to the exclusion of others. This tunnel vision can be fatal. While it's impossible to predict every possible event, preppers can adopt a flexible mindset and develop plans that cover a wide range of situations. Understanding which preps you can use to cover more than one potential crisis is important, both for preparation as well as your budget. Most emergencies require access, of course, to food, water, shelter, and security or defense. By focusing on these core needs, preppers can create a foundation that supports various scenarios. Stay informed about global events and trends to anticipate potential crises and adjust your plans accordingly. Continuous learning and adaptation are critical to maintaining preparedness. By avoiding tunnel vision and considering multiple scenarios, preppers can ensure their preparations are versatile and enough to handle any situation. Never ever think to yourself, oh, that won't happen to me, or that will never happen here. That type of thinking will leave you completely unprepared if the unthinkable happens. Prepping is a multifaceted discipline that requires attention to numerous critical aspects. By addressing these commonly overlooked mistakes, preppers can enhance their resilience and increase their chances of survival during catastrophic events. In an unpredictable world, being well prepared provides not only security, but also a sense of accomplishment, knowing that proactive steps have been taken to protect yourself and your loved ones. Continuous learning, adaptation, and vigilance are key to effective prepping and ensuring survival in the face of any crisis.